Dude, I don't know, man. I'm on my bullshit again. Back at it.
Back on your bullshit.
Back on my bullshit. I feel like I never left. So welcome, guys, to our podcast.
Part two.
Part two. Now, again, running theme. We don't know what the title's going to be. We're going to figure it out halfway through. And we'll title it whatever our hearts feel like.
Something like that. So how have you been, man? How's your week been since the last time we recorded?
It's been all right. I kind of got wrangled into playing drums for my church for Easter. They're doing like a drive-in service thing.
Yeah.
And I've been really busy. I haven't really gone for quite some time, especially with COVID being out here. It's been running rampant in these streets, and I've been staying home. But I got this text, and he was Marty, who is a really good friend of mine, great musician, has helped me a lot musically. He was like, "Hey, I really need you to show up and play drums." And basically, everyone pulls up and they turn their radios to a certain dial of the station. It's like you run your sound through like an FM transmitter.
No way.
It's pretty cool, yeah. But he was like, "So I need you to play drums." So I was like, "All right, I can do that." So I show up at like 7 p.m. Learn the set list, do whatever, leave around 10, and as I'm leaving, he's like, "Oh, by the way, so just go ahead and get here around 6 a.m." He was like, "Yes, get around 6. We'll set up. First service is at 9. Second service is at 11." And I was like, "I'm not getting there at 6. Like, I'll tell you I'll get there at 6, but I'm telling you now I won't be. Like, that's not going to happen."
What happened?
I got there at 8.
Oh, dude.
And you know what?
Not
hey,
cool, man.
Hey, you know
Not
what?
cool.
You know what? It was fine.
What if he was counting on you, dude?
He was, and it was fine. Listen, it was already set up. It's all good. You run a sound check. It took 5 minutes.
I feel Marty's pain, dude. Because
you know how much I got there at 8? 2 hours late. I got there at 8. You know how long I sat not doing anything after sound check?
Yeah.
Take a guess.
Like half an hour.
45 minutes. So I could have gotten there at 8:45, had 5 minutes, and then even still had 10 minutes of downtime.
Can't believe this behavior. Actually, you know what, Alex? I
dude,
can
you definitely
believe it.
can.
This is the guy. I'll be like, all right, when are we going to record? Oh, we'll record at 3. Shows up at 5:27.
I think I showed up at 6 today.
It's okay. So how was the drums though overall? How was it?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. They had me playing mostly like an electronic kit.
Yeah.
Because it was easier. That way they didn't have to like mic everything up. It was good. I'm not a phenomenal drummer, but I'm good enough to make it.
You can survive.
Anyone that doesn't play drums thinks I'm a good drummer. Anyone that plays drums is like he's not a good drummer.
It's like he's scraping
Yeah.
by. All right, so I guess I'll give you guys an update on the band drama from last time.
Yeah, how's that working
with
out?
the whole like Tom Sawyer situation. So like I said to you guys last time, I decided I'm gonna learn Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
I sat there the other day. I learned the song in about 2 days, and I can play it all the way through now. I would say probably 82%. I can get through the solo, get through all the riffs, all
Weirdly
the stuff.
specific number, but sure.
Yeah, I feel like Rush, dude, you can get it to a playable state, but to get it to like that 90, 95, 100% marker is almost like
I'll
the
tell you this,
detail is
I wouldn't
crazy.
trust you. If you were to be like, "Nah, bro, I got it in like 3 days. I'm 100%. I got the song." I'd be like, "I'm not trusting you with money."
I can play along with the record, and I know if I did that for like a week or two, if the drummer plays along without the record, I could play along with him the song pretty much.
Okay.
And so I look up the bass part on YouTube, like a bass cover with like the tabs and all that stuff. I watch it. I'm like, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah, and your bassist just started playing bass, right?
It's like week 3, you know?
Week 3?
And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I already knew this was going to happen. So this is just kind of to prove a point. And so I posted in the chat, I'm like, all right, here's your bass part. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. And then the keyboard, I'm like, all right, what part do you know? He's like, I know the synth part. I'm like, dude. I'm like, I want you to know chords. I want you to be able to play through the entire song. I learned this whole song. Y'all want to do Rush. Let's do some Rush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so what you're doing is you straight called their bluff.
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
like-
I'll learn Tom Sawyer.
You were like, "Hey, which one of you guys knows it?" And they were like, "No one." And they were
Yeah,
like,
so
"Oh,
it's like-
well, here's what you have to do."
But we can't really even practice it anyway. So
It's a dumb idea. Because hey, listen, if your drummer's watching, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's cool that you like playing Rush, but let them learn their instruments first.
I mean, at this point, I already learned it. I'm down to try it out for a good 45 minutes, an hour. You know what I mean?
And
At
watch
this
them
point.
struggle.
It's like okay, what I'm predicting is gonna happen. Okay, I prove a point, but I also now I know Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, you kind of win out.
And it's one of those guitar solos that you hear and you're just like, wow, that sounds like just not really doable. It seems kind of unattainable.
So it gave you
to
a
an
reason
extent.
to like push forward and actually learn it.
Yeah, it's like you just take it super slow, learn the notes, and then get it to the point where eventually you can play along with the record. And then but cool ass song, dude.
Yeah.
Just like, because like half the chords in it, you wouldn't expect it to sound that good. But then like, especially with all the distortion, but a lot of them are just like chords are just strumming all the strings.
And just going ham, probably.
Dude, it's super cool. Just Tom Sawyer's dope. You did that. You showed me that one like over a year ago. Music Share Monday, I think.
Dude, it's a phenomenal song. I mean, even I'm trying to think when I heard it. I heard it young. I mean, I know I've talked about it before. My mom took me to a Rush concert, and I ditched her. Shout out to Mom.
Oh yeah, because you said in the Xanadu video forever ago that you got in like the third from the front row or something. That
dude, it was great. Up. Yeah, I mean, I said this in the Xanadu video, so it might be bear repeating, but basically we went to this concert. It was at like the Florida Amphitheater or whatever. So it's like this big amphitheater seating, and we had lawn seats, like the farthest back you can get. Now it's still not bad seats. It's a good amphitheater.
Absolutely.
But I was like, yo, it's my birthday, and I'll tell you this: it is easily my favorite thing in the whole world to go somewhere I'm not supposed to go. Easily, I'm 6 in every time I go outside. Like in that manner, I'm a 6-year-old.
Okay.
Like anytime I can be get invited somewhere I know no one else is supposed to be, dude, I get more excited than when I find money in my wallet.
Remind me not to take you anywhere.
Dude, what are you talking about? Take me everywhere, dude. You know how many times I've gotten like backstage at concerts or like front row seats just because you ask, and some people are like,
you know what, fine.
All right. Or, dude, my other favorite thing, I did this recently too. Not recently, like a year ago. I went to a hockey game, and they do this thing where if you're a student at the Tampa Bay Stadium for the Lightning, they'll let you get like student seats, right? And I was like, oh, awesome. I'm so excited. And I took a chick there on a date. And we were going to go like a date to like a hockey game. Because she was into hockey. I like it's just a cool atmosphere. So we go and get the seats. I'm so excited. And they have us, they lead us up to these nice seats. And they walk us right by them. And then they say, okay, you guys just stand here.
Yeah.
And it was like standing room only. And I was like, dang, but it's like a 4-hour game. I don't want to just be standing in front of like this smushed in crowd for 4 hours. So I was like, here's what we're going to do. I don't know if I want to share my secrets. I'm going to share my secrets. The people on the channel, the real ones, here's how you get into nice concert seating. Okay. So you look on like a StubHub app, right? Yeah. Or whatever, while you're there, and you check what seats have not been bought. But it won't tell you exactly what seats. It'll just tell you the row. So you go ahead and find 2 or 3 seats that are open where it says like this row has 3 empty seats. And then you just walk in, sit down, great seats.
You're a piece of shit, dude.
Dude, no one's using them. And you know what? If I want to see Rush up close, I want to see Rush up close.
These are facts, dude.
Sorry. So maybe I'm a bad person. But
so I think the next step of what I'm going to do with the Tom Sawyer situation, the saga, is I think I'm going to transcribe a bass part. He's not playing Geddy Lee. It's just, it's not going to, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it would take so
Have you
long.
already kind of written a bass part, or are you going to do it? Have you already written one, or are you going to work on writing one?
I'm just going to literally go off like the guitar part and just kind of have the echo, or have the bass like echo the chord changes and stuff like that. And then a lot of the riffs are already on the top 4 strings, right? I can just have him play exactly like what I'm playing for a lot of it. Yeah. So I'm just going to write like, Tom Sawyer for bass beginners type thing. I'm like, you're going to play these whole notes now.
That makes sense.
Or something like that. And then I don't know what to do for the keyboard for that necessarily.
Dude, just do chords.
There's a synth part, but then I think just chords.
Just find the chords underneath. I can help you do that.
Okay. I don't think it should be too hard. I think we can make it work. We can get it to 72% easy.
Not a bad place to be. That's passing.
I think the drummer will be happy with that. I think he just likes smacking the drums to like complicated shit.
Oh, dude. Also, update. Dude, we're just updating the shit out of each other. So I took a quantum mechanics exam recently.
Okay.
It was the take-home exam that I was talking about.
Yeah.
And, dude, worked on it all day. Literally 24 hours of straight, like, get up in the morning, worked on it until it had to be turned in. Like, I turned it in, like, 45 minutes before the due date.
Okay.
And worked my butt off on it. Got a 97. But it was rough. Like, it was a rough 97. It was not an easy 97. But I guess a lot of kids, this is my guess, likely shared answers because a lot of people did really well.
Yeah.
And so he sent a message immediately after he graded it that was like, so 2 pieces of news. First piece of news, awesome. Everyone did great. Second piece of news, I'm definitely not doing this again for the final. I'm changing it to make it harder.
Oh, dude.
So I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's going to make it actually harder or if he's going to make it like less time. But I'm like, oh my God, dude, just
He's like, y'all don't understand. I gotta weed out a good 39% of you.
Yeah, it
y'all,
was like
there's a line.
like the average of the test was like an 89%, which was still not crazy good, but like physics professors want it to be like a 72. That way they can be like, I just wish you could have done better. And then when you do better, they're like, I wish you could have done worse.
Yeah, Hunter. There's been a couple classes like I should graduate this coming fall. There's been at least 3 classes where the professor's like, look, I'm gonna let you guys know this class is meant to weed out about 30% of you.
Oh,
like just straight up. Early on in the degree, to where it's like you're not losing too much. You know, like this is the weed you out.
This is your mulligan. You can choose something else.
And that's where you really got to find your study buddies and your friends that are worth being friends, because people will try and drag you down, dude.
Well, dude, speaking of dragging people down, where did we meet?
We met engineering calc 3, Dr. Mulligan.
Damn. Wait, you remember the teacher name?
Yeah.
Wow.
Scrawny little white dude. He was cool. He was cool for what it was worth.
Now
he just did the slideshow straight from the textbook though. Which
here's
is
how
like
I know
sleepy.
Me and Andrew would be best friends, because I fucking did not like him when I first met him.
Oh,
dude, I thought he was the most annoying person. Because he was like always ready to. He was like the teacher would be teaching something, and he'd be like, oh, what about? I do have a question about this, and it annoyed the crap out of me because I thought you were being a tryhard. And here's my thing: all of my best friends have either hated me to start off with, or I've hated them, and it's just been like, oh no, but you're really cool. And I think I saw your Pink Floyd tattoo. I saw that, and I was like, oh, but he likes cool music. And I think we ended up like talking like doing some homeworks together, and I was like, dude, you're awesome. Like real quick, I was like, this is fun as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we realized we both played instruments, and so it was just like
it clicked pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a point in college where you have to pick friends wisely, because you'll get friends where it's like every Sunday, hey, can I see your homework?
Dude,
hey,
I hate those friends.
how'd you do this code?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not sending you my motherfucking code. You're
and
not seeing this.
And here's the deal: it's fine if it's like, because there is a healthy amount of like, I did not get this problem.
Absolutely.
How can I help you? But I'll tell you
there's
this:
copy paste people.
Dude, we were studying recently for an exam, and like right before we all got like not able to go to college anymore. And we're studying in the library, and I'm studying with him. He's studying with a friend, and one of my friends texts me and he goes, "Hey, now I will not name him. He probably doesn't watch this, but if he does,
He doesn't.
Whatever, you know."
Oh well, go ahead.
So he texts me to go meet up there, and he goes up and starts studying with me. We're doing through the homework problem, studying for a quiz, and he's like, "Yeah, I just don't. Did you get any of the problems for the homework?" And I'm like, I mean, I'm working through them. I got like the first 3. He was like, "Oh man, those are the ones I didn't get." I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, do you need help with them? And he was like, "Yeah, you might have to just like see yours." I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of how I did them," and he just like copied them, and I was like, "Okay, well, all right." So I'm on to 4, keep going through them, and I get stuck on one. I'm like, "Hey, have you worked through 7 at all? You said you did the other ones, right?" And he said, "Oh, no, I hadn't yet. Hadn't done any of them, right?" And then he just was complaining the whole time. Like, we had a quiz that day, and I was like, "Well, dude, you might want to go through some of these, because if you don't, you're gonna bomb the quiz." And he's studying from something called Chegg, which
it's a good resource if you use it responsibly.
you have to use it responsibly. It's a dangerous instrument.
It shows you how to work through problems. It's helped me understand how to solve different problem types, which is how you're supposed to use it.
100%. So you're supposed to look at it, or the way I would say is to look at it, if you're really stuck in a problem, to find either a problem similar, or even use that problem to get like, what's the next step? Oh, I understand that step. Now let me move forward. He was doing it like word for word, copy. Like, I'm just gonna copy it all down that way to get the grade. And
yeah.
Dude, I was looking at Andy, and I was like, we were both like, it's gonna be rough. And so I was like, dude,
kid wasn't trying, dude. At all.
I was trying to be nice. I was like, because I've messed up and done that before. Like, everyone's done it once, where you like, I got to get a good grade on this homework, and you just fill it out because you don't have enough time. That's your fault, but it happens.
Yeah.
Right. So
but
I was
it shouldn't be like a character trait.
You shouldn't make it the exception. Don't make it the standard. Right.
Exactly.
And so I don't know. I was like, dude, it's cool to use Chegg if you're trying to figure it out. You'll get a decent grade on the homework, but we have a quiz coming up, and you're not going to know how to do it. And sure enough, one of the questions was direct from the homework.
And he missed it.
Missed it.
Oh.
He got like a 0 on the quiz, and I was like, dude, I literally like just go through it. It's like work through it.
The thing is that here's a fatal flaw of a lot of people in our generation is that they've been raised, and it's partially their fault because it's so easy to do so, but their standard is to like go and retrieve information and then like submit or whatever. Like they're not learning process, they're not learning the procedure, they're not learning how to start a project, how to like go through it, how to finish something. They're just learning how to, oh, I need to know this. I'm going to go Google it. I'm going to go like use this infinite resource. But they're not like learning process, which if you don't know process, you have to understand it, not memorize.
And struggle. And here's what I'll say
Apparently
too.
you didn't even memorize.
Here's what I'll say too. Weirdly enough, dude, I think I've seen the same thing in like video games, which is a weird segue for that. But like I remember growing up, it wasn't even my era, but I had a cousin who played a whole bunch of like early Zelda games.
Yeah.
Like Ocarina of Time. Like for anyone that's played like early Zelda, I don't know how many of you have.
Zelda's good.
But they're really hard games. They do not hold your hands. And I loved it. I thought it was great. But I remember like struggling with it, like playing it for like every time I would go over to my cousin's house, play it. Like got like past like the first dungeon, that was it. Like could never get past there.
Yeah.
I recently showed it to my little brother, who maybe we'll have him on the channel sometime. I'd like to show him some stuff. And dude, he got like 30 seconds in, he was like, "This is hard. I don't want to play this anymore." And it's like, dang, dude. Like I wonder if it's just everything has become so hyper easy. Like even I find myself watching like YouTube videos and like skipping ahead all the time. And it's just like, because I can. Like, why wait until I see the information when I could just go all the way?
Yeah, people in our generation, we want like results, like instant information, instant, like you know, like you say, gratification, instant, dopamine, instant, notifications, social media, blah blah blah, all that crazy stuff, dude.
I wonder, like, I don't see if there's a good way to handle that, like, because the tools are so readily available. It's so hard to expect, like, especially young kids.
I just don't see how people in our generation are gonna, on average, be able to produce value. Like I feel like we're both like thinkers in a way, like we're like figure it out kind of people. You know what I mean? Like
sure, whatever you say.
You got to do this, blah blah blah. Here's some project. Okay, like I think we'd figure it out in a team, in a setting. We'd figure it out. I feel like there's a lot of people that I know where it's like when they're adults trying to produce consistent value, I'm like, how y'all gonna do it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
dude. Also, you know what? I decided this. I want to, and you are more than welcome not to come. I'm just kidding. You could definitely come. I really want you to come.
I don't know if I want
to. I think you will. I want to, when this is all over, when we're able to fly again, we're able to do stuff. Dude, I took a trip to the UK last year, like around November-ish.
Yeah.
And I took a trip with me, my mom, my little brother, because we'd never really taken a family trip in our whole life. We've done camping, which also, camping's the best. Like, people that hate on it, hey, it's the best. It's like one of the most fun things.
Who hates on camping, dude?
Dude, I've heard so many people hate on camping where they're
for
like,
real?
Yeah, they're like, hey, we built walls for a reason. Let's keep it that way. Don't go backwards. We already have them, you know?
Sometimes you got to go backwards to really know where you want to go forwards, though.
And that is on a guidance counselor's wall somewhere.
Period, dude.
With a period on it. Like, shoot for the stars. Even if you miss, you'll land among the moons or whatever.
Yeah.
Or backwards.
Wait, what are you even saying?
Shoot for the moon. It's shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've only ever done like camping trips. So this is like the first like trip we did. And we did London, France, and Ireland. And dude, I loved it. I thought London is maybe my favorite city in the whole world. And the northern Irish coast is beautiful. Like all these like little, it literally feels
I saw Snapchats you took of
dude,
that.
It felt like I've never used the word idyllic, but it felt idyllic.
Yo, can you define that word for me, bro?
No. I can use it in a sentence. I don't know.
Fair.
Like idealized, picturesque is what I would think. That's kind of how I mean it.
It looked super Game of Thronesy.
Dude, it was. I think where they shot part of Game of Thrones.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Dope as hell, dude.
Dope as hell. Which also great show.
I still haven't seen like the last I think the last 2 episodes.
I haven't seen the last episode either. I got to like the second to last one and I was like,
because I heard so much shit being talked on, and then I was like in season 8, I was like kind of digging it, and I was like, I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, dude, I was like, I'm not sold on this still, and which is weird because you spend like 8 seasons watching a show.
I was a little late to the party, so I'm like on like season 6 and 7 as people are starting to hate on it. And I'm like, oh no, it gets bad.
Oh my gosh, you had it ruined. So you're like, I love this show. And people are like, oh, you're not going to for long.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's no way.
Wow, that's rough. Because it's so good for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, you watched Tiger King?
Tiger King? Dude, so I've watched. I think I have one more episode left. I heard an episode came out today.
Really?
Yeah, where it's like this dude interviewing like everybody afterwards or something.
I have seen 2 episodes of it.
How do you feel about it?
I feel like I don't know how more of it didn't take place in Florida. I know some of it did. I don't know how all of it didn't. Because every one of those people definitely seems like a cousin I've met, you know?
Yeah.
Like every single one of them. Like every one of them is like somebody that I've definitely met at a Home Depot parking lot.
I feel like it's worth seeing in the spirit of this actually happened.
Yeah.
Kind of. The more of it you see, the more it's like you're like, what?
Dude, everyone I've talked to, too, you can tell you're in a weird state. Like Florida, like listen, people hate on Florida. It's warranted, you know?
It's fair.
It's fair. It's definitely fair criticism. Nice beaches, great some towns, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You can tell you're in a weird state when everybody that's asked about that show or has mentioned that show, the first thing they say that I've talked to here has been like, I know, it's crazy. I didn't know tigers were so cheap. I'm like, dude, okay. Like, I totally would have gotten one.
Yeah.
$2,000? I'll buy a tiger. And I feel a little bit bad that I'm like, I know it's wrong, but I feel a little bit like I definitely, like if I had gone a slightly different route, I would definitely be Tiger King. Just wearing like way too many eye rings and just
oh my god,
losing
dude.
my crap over exotic
You
animals.
gotta have some overalls or something.
Yeah, just like
go with it.
Yeah, I went to a food truck and I just
bought a tiger.
Like, dude, I have definitely had best friends who would drive to like stores, and by the way, it's not like they needed it. They had enough money that they were not in need of like starving. And they'll pull up to like a Wonder Bread facility and they'll just take all their expired food. I literally have had friends pull up with a truckload of like all Wonder Bread. Like, yeah, all this expired. You believe they're just giving this away? They just pull up to where they like pull up in their driveway and they're just people will just walk by. Can I have some of that? Yeah, sure, yeah, take some of it. I don't know what to do with it.
That's Plant City, guys.
Dude, it's yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It was actually Brandon.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it was right down the road. That was
God,
your country,
dude.
boy.
That's hilarious.
Yep. You're not far removed.
Oh gosh.
Wow,
dude.
there should be hey guys, you should make a drinking game. Every time we change topic abruptly and don't go back, they'll be drunk by like 32 seconds in.
Yeah.
Like how many times we just skip? What were we on? Camping and then what I want to do. So I want to, when this blows over, fly up to Ireland.
Dude, you segued away from that. I just realized that. You're just now going back to that. Like
I know.
You totally set up that topic and then completely... Okay, just go ahead.
I'm just saying, man. That's why it's a drinking game.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Andy and Alex, the drinking game. Watch this video. You know? Maybe
Yeah.
that's a title. We'll see. So I want to go up to Ireland. I want to stay... I want to get like a small little place, like rent a place on the northern coast, like north of Belfast.
Okay.
Near like a fishing hamlet.
Okay.
Because, dude, the beaches are so pretty. And I want to just live there for like a solid 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I want to like write, whether it's music or poetry or whatever. And I want to just like fish or go out on the sea. Like I want to like straight up be in overalls, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if they wear overalls there, but I'm about to bring overalls back to Ireland. I'm going to, dude, I want it. That's what I want, man. I want one of those like little hats with like a feather in it. I don't know if they have feathers there, but they should.
If you do that, you gotta vlog all of it.
Dude, man, but I might lose track of technology. I might
go off the grid for a little bit.
Dude, I've got the hair for it. I already look almost homeless, you know?
It's true. We
So,
should
I'm
get
just
some
saying you're welcome
super
to come to that.
raggedy. Huh?
Say again?
We gotta get you some super raggedy clothes.
Oh, dude. Like, oh, man, like a flannel that was like my grandfather's that like has like barbed wire cuts in it. It's like, this is passed down to like 6 generations.
I'm still
like,
feeling the overalls.
Like, it smells like hamster food. Yeah, that's right. That's your grandpa right there.
What?
I don't know, man. Just old smells.
Oh my goodness.
Where like I can't tell if this is a person or like a barn.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same. Maybe he just slept too many nights in a barn. Now he smells like a barn. Damn. That's what I want, man.
Coolness, dude.
Yeah? Would you join me?
No.
What? You wouldn't join me?
No, dude.
What part of that doesn't sound fun? The overalls? You're wrong.
The overalls is probably
The best part.
one of the highlights.
You're right. And then the other stuff is even just below. It's like overalls, everything else. And this is still like 99%. It would be so fun. It'd be an adventure.
You might have to sell me on it a little bit more, but it could be.
Dude, if you're not sold on it, you don't get to come. I'm voting you off the island.
I don't want to go to your island, dude.
You don't want to go to Ireland?
I kind of do.
It's a beautiful place.
I've heard some cool shit about it. I want to drink an island a little bit.
Dude,
They have some pubs.
Oh my god, I got trashed. there. Well, I got strategically trashed because I was not in a home
Strategically
country.
trashed. Alex 2020.
Because I had the wherewithal to know I am not in the United States. Yeah. So everyone I talked to was like, oh, you're probably going to drink every night. And I was like, there's zero way. I had like one night of drinking when I was very close to home or to the Airbnb we were staying at. And that was it. Pretty much that. And I had like a beer or two throughout the day with like my mom. But I was like, I don't want to be drunk. Because, dude, the last time I was drunk, do you remember it?
When?
When I lost my car.
When did you lose your car?
So, I saw a comedy show with do you remember it now? Yeah, that's a face of recognition.
Keep going.
Do you want to tell it?
No, I don't like remember it, but like
I barely do.
I remember the comedy.
We were in the same boat.
Comedy show.
Yeah.
At least I remember you asked me to go out with you that night to the comedy show.
It probably would have been okay if you did. So I went out to a comedy show to see Doug Stanhope, who's a really good comedian. And so we saw a show. It was great. We ended up going to some bar beforehand, and I happened to know the bartender, and I hadn't seen her in forever. And so she was just like, oh, we got all these really cool beers in, was like giving us really cool beers. And we didn't realize that they were like tall boys, and they were like 8.9%. Like they were really, really high ABV beers. And so we were already drunk walking in, like to the point where I should have been like, this isn't cool. And I had a DD with me, and my DD was not drinking that I knew of.
Oh, no.
But I started getting really drunk, and he started also getting drunk. So my car is parked, and I guess what had happened is before he started drinking, he was like, you know what, I want to move the car somewhere safe in case I have to Uber us home. But I didn't know this was happening. So he moved the car, and we watched a comedy show. We continue drinking, get out of there, go back, and I was like, all right, we'll sit in the car. We'll wait until we'll get an Uber out here. Maybe I'll call like a friend to come pick us up. And we walk to where I think the car is, and it's not there. It's just gone. And I was like, there's no way. Like, it's also an empty parking lot. So it's like, it's not like it could be hiding. Like, maybe I forgot where I parked it. It's a very small place. I used to work there, and it's like, no. Nope.
Like, my car's gone.
Car's gone.
Did you think it got stolen?
Yeah, what else do you think? It doesn't run away. Like, it's not something you can misplace. Oh, I left my car in my other car.
Well, you misplaced it, so I don't know, dude.
Well, yeah, you're right about that.
Well, I guess now your first thought, instead of it was stolen, your first thought is, where did I put my fucking car?
Which shouldn't be a thing, you know? So,
yeah.
It's just gone, and I'm way too drunk to handle the situation, so I give up. It took all my energy to make it back to sit by the car to wait for somebody to pick me up, and I pass out.
By what car?
My car, where I thought my car was. Like, I had the energy to make it from the comedy show, walk to where I thought my car was to wait for somebody to pick us up. Sat down, sprawled, spread eagle. There is a photo somewhere of it, and I'm out.
You just passed out on the ground?
Oh, done. I was done. The ground was comfy, and I needed consolation because I was upset. And like I had already come to terms that my car was gone. I was like, it's cool. Life happens. Like, it was one of those nights, you know?
That sucks.
So my friend ended up calling the police.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And they were like, well, you both are very drunk. Are you sure it's stolen, that you didn't move it? And my friend was adamant. He was like, we absolutely didn't move it. It was right here. We parked it right here. And I was like, yeah, here is where I parked it. And she was like, okay. So she drives around. By this time, somebody comes and picks us up. As they pull in to pick us up, the cop comes back in. And they go, hey, so we found your car. And we were like, no way, where? And she goes and points. It goes right there.
Is that across the street?
It's across the street. She was like, yeah, we didn't believe you didn't move it, so we just looked around. And it's there. We could see our car.
Oh my goodness.
It was bad, dude. Yeah. So
how'd you feel like the morning after? Was that the one morning you were like super like hungover, you told me about it? Because the beers were like high percentage, like you were saying.
Yeah, dude, high percentage beers will mess you up quick because you don't expect them. Like, if you don't act like I read every label I get, because I'm so worried about that happening again. Because you'll have 2 beers and think you're good, and they're really 4 or 5 beers. It's a slippery slope.
Alex is just a lightweight, guys.
Apparently.
No, I'm just kidding. You can drink it under the table like any day of the week, probably.
Yeah, but you also don't really drink. Like you.
Very true.
Although you're liking good whiskey now, huh?
Yeah, drank some Fireball the other day, and I was utterly disgusted.
Yeah.
I used to love Fireball.
You were looking at it and you were like, what is all this gross stuff in there? It was like separating out.
It was just, took a sip, it just tasted too sweet, and now it's just, times have changed, man. Things are different now.
You're a bigger man. You're a better man.
Yeah, I'm drinking better whiskey.
Drinking better whiskey, working out more, seeing those
Oh,
guns.
yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
Watch him. He's going to get out of quarantine. He's going to look ripped. He's going to be jacked.
Yeah.
New jacked city.
How long do you think we're going to be quarantined for?
Good question.
Because we're going on month 2 right now.
We should do a bet. We should do like we still have to go. We were supposed to get dinner together before all this happened.
We had a date planned.
We had a date planned. We were supposed to talk about channel stuff. Didn't happen. I think 2 months easy.
You think so?
I think 2 to 3 months likely. Yeah. I think if
I know in China, it had like plateaued and it had like completely slowed down.
Yeah.
I heard there's like a small resurgence, but half the reason they kind of like plateaued it was because they were stricter in terms of like how they.
I think they were incredibly strict. I don't think they're going to be that strict here, dude.
I don't think. Yeah, it's different.
Quarantining in the United States, especially Florida. I can't speak for the other states. Quarantining in Florida is like only hang out with people you know, which is not how you quarantine. Like I literally had somebody text me today. They were like, "Yeah, me and my family went to the beach today." And I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "Well, because we heard it was only a $50 fine." And I was like, hey, how about you don't do that? How about you don't kill somebody's grandma?
Yeah, I've seen on Snapchat like a lot of people that I know from college like still going to the beach and stuff, and I'm just like,
yeah,
you know.
And then there are other people who are like, I don't drive with the windows open, and I'm like, equally, don't be an idiot. You're fine. Like you're not gonna catch it from a mosquito flying by.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
Crazy. So you think like a couple more months?
I think 2. What do you think?
I feel like it depends because I feel like if like the numbers like curb and I could see it doing that, but if they don't, then I don't see like why they would.
They shouldn't. Yeah, I just think it's gonna at least take that long.
I know. I read I think like over 18 million people or something like that like filed for unemployment, which the previous high was only like a couple million or something. So it broke the record of most filed like 5 times over or something.
Oh my goodness,
crazy. Since I think like in the 80s was the previous high or something.
Yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe out there, man. Like I hope all of our followers, I hope all of you are safe. I hope none of you get it. I hope none of your family members gets it. I hope life is just easy and simple and full of free candy or whatever you
free candy.
Into. Yeah, sure. It's Easter.
We're
shooting this on
life.
Easter.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Hope it all just blows over soon.
Yeah,
that's the dream. Just so things can kind of like resume. You know what I mean? I felt like 2020 was gonna be this like super awesome year of like going out and doing all this crazy shit, and then now it's just like months of like stay at home, kids.
Yeah, dude. I really worry about like I've got a lot of friends who I don't think live in a very mentally happy state, and so I worry a lot about not only the short-term repercussions of staying home, doing all that, but I worry about like the mental repercussions. Like I have some friends that I've reached out to who I'm just like I make a consistent effort because I know it's really easy to fall back into like cycles of being depressed or whatever, and especially if you don't force yourself to do things. And right now it's hard to force yourself to do things because you can't do things.
Yeah.
So even if you have the tenacity and the mental stability to be like, you know what, I'm gonna push myself to do something.
Because at least we have like we're in school, so we still have things we're doing. But I have a couple of friends who like they were servers and they weren't going to school or anything. It's like okay, they lost their job and now they're at home. They're like, okay, my purpose is what now? You know what I'm saying? They just feel kind of shitty about
it. Dude, and it's weird. I've heard people talk about it where when you ask somebody like what is paradise to you or what is like the perfect life, and you have somebody that'll be like, the common answer is like, oh man, drinking martinis or like getting like what's a beach drink?
I don't know.
Martinis isn't a beach drink.
Sangria or something.
Sangria, all right. Like getting sangria on the beach and just like drinking that, or like pina coladas, and the pina coladas that's the one.
Ooh, sex on the beach.
Sex on the beach. Sex on the beach on the beach. Having sex on the beach while having sex on the beach on a beach.
Yeah.
So you're having like a drink on a beach in a tropical island, and you're like not paying for things. I don't gotta go to work, or you have enough money where it doesn't matter, and you're just like chilling out. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's fun for what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then like you miss having responsibilities to me are one of the most important and beneficial things in life. Like, it's really underrated.
I think structure's cool.
I think it is, dude. I think having responsibility of like, I need to get this done and feeling accomplished.
Yeah.
Like, even these recording sessions, like, they're fun to do. It's and I'm really, really blessed that we both get to do this sort of stuff. And hopefully it continues for a far time in the future. But if it doesn't, I'm really happy we have to do it now.
Yeah.
But
good
either
memories,
way,
dude.
it, like, I think you can agree too. We'll come out of these recording sessions just feeling really accomplished. Like, we'll spend I got here at 6 today. It's 10 o'clock. So 4 hours.
It's like we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking the talks, walking the walk. Well, we're kind of sitting, but y'all know
sit
what we
in the
mean.
sit.
Yeah. Especially with people in our generation too. People like avoid responsibility like the plague.
Yeah.
And in terms of like taking responsibility for
the plague.
mistake. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing. In terms of like taking responsibility for errors, especially in like friendships and like relationships, like people in our generation, they totally try to find any way to like shift blame or just like not take responsibility for their action to escape the clutches of being responsible.
Like, not to say sorry, to be like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but it's not my fault.
Or it's like they say sorry, but every time they say sorry, there's always a but. And it's like they're still trying to argue their point.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're still trying to argue your point, then don't say sorry because that's not an apology.
Those are facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I forget where the quote's from, or somebody said it to me, I'm sure, in my life, where it's like anything after but doesn't, like, means, or anything before but doesn't count.
100%. I feel like that's especially true with like apologies because
like,
why would you have sorry and but in the
listen,
same sentence?
I love you, but clearly not good. Like,
son, I love you, but you got to catch the effing ball.
yeah, you're gonna live, but just not good. Like, so your legs still work, but like it's never good. Like, the but is always like, just don't tell me the first part. Just tell me the worst of it.
Absolutely.
Yo, dude, are you more of like a phone call person or a text person?
I feel like in most cases it's text, only because it seems more convenient. What do you mean?
No, dude, no way. 1,000% I'm the other way.
Phone call?
100%. Well, I said 100%. Yeah, either way, definitely phone call.
What for?
Ooh, what? It's just better.
Better in what way?
I don't know, dude. I feel like I drive a lot, and you're not supposed to text while you're driving, and I don't know. It feels more personal. Like, I'm a good texter. Like, I know how to text well. Like, I can, but like, I think there's a certain closeness. Like, even with a girlfriend, like, one of my favorite things to do, especially if they're doing homework or if I'm like they're working on work stuff, I have to work stuff. Yeah, is like put the phone on speaker and leave it on speaker while we're both independently doing stuff. Like, it feels like companionship in a sort of way. So
kind of, I find when I do stuff like that, it totally deteriorates my ability to like focus on a single like task.
Oh, dude, no way! It makes me feel accountable.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like there's somebody there, and I'm like I study better in a group. Like, that's why we used to study together. It's you're one of you's there studying, the other person's there studying. It's like, I'm not gonna be the one to go, I'm done studying.
Yeah, I'd say with me and my girlfriend, we would just start talking about stuff. Absolutely, we would just get into some deep conversation about some topic.
Really?
That's why it just went where it'd be more efficient for me to text. And I feel like
you could be sending long ass text messages, dude.
I send very descriptive, detailed.
This man sent such a long text message. I didn't even know this happened.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It like, the text message becomes so long that it's like it no longer is it's a full thing. It gets shortened where you have to expand it into like a note document. And I think you sent it and you were like, oops, I didn't mean to send one that long. And I was like,
it happens,
dude. It's a straight novel. Like, you could have gotten an A+ on a book report with that.
100%. I'm very good at, like, I wouldn't say BSing, but I would say getting the word count.
Healthy BSing.
If I need it. But it's to the point where it's like when you're reading it, it just seems very tasteful. You know what I mean? It's not
You're
just like
really more of a texter than a phone caller?
Yeah, well, I feel like even when I am driving, I don't text and drive, but I would just wait till I get to my destination, because I feel like if I'm on the phone, I don't like holding my hand up. My hand gets tired, and I feel like I want to listen to music. I want to sing while I'm driving. I want to chill.
I love talking to people. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of phone calls, like,
it's my monkey brain.
You think so?
I think so.
I feel like of all my phone calls, you probably take up a good 7% of all my phone calls.
Do I really?
In terms of like minutes on the phone.
Dude, I'd be willing to bet that is the case for every one of my friends. Like, I will literally, if I'm doing like a long drive or even like a 30-minute, 45-minute drive, I will literally go, I already called Andy today. Let me call Chad. Let me call Beryl. I'll literally go through a list of like, just pick up the phone and bullshit with people.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we call, it's either like a 2-minute quick thing or it just becomes like a 45-minute deal.
Like literally, there have been times where I've sat outside of my house and talked to you for like an additional 15 minutes in my driveway.
It's so funny. I can't sit in one place when I'm on the phone for a long period of time.
Oh, dude, I walk around.
So
I'll
like
walk around. If I'm not in the car, I'll walk around.
One time I was in like an hour phone call with you. I was outside and I was just like walking like around the house. There's like a fence little thing
Dude,
that goes
facts.
around.
I do the same thing.
Walking, just
like literally pacing. Like if somebody drove by, they'd be like, he's contemplating.
I'd be stepping on particular stones and kind
he's
of just,
contemplating
like, walking
murder.
in a way.
Whatever that psychopath is doing, it's murderous.
I feel like just like not an intense pacing, but just like a low-key pace. I feel like I can think better.
And it's calculated where it's like you're walking here and the same path back. Yeah. Walking there, same path back.
I would say some of our most productive conversations have been over the phone.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because they're better.
But I feel like when I'm keeping up with relationships with multiple people, I prefer generally to do it with texting. Because I feel like there's some people I wouldn't want to like get on the phone, and sometimes you can't get off the phone, and then next thing you know, you're on the phone for like way longer than you wanted to.
I'm really good at just saying, "Oh, I gotta go," or lying. Oh, dude, I lie all the time on the phone call, all the time.
How many times have you lied to me, Alex?
Probably a bunch. Probably a bunch of times I've been like, "Oh shoot, my mom's on the other line. I gotta go."
There's no other
dude,
line.
I've legit almost used that on my mom.
Like, oh, my mom's in the other room. Oh, you are my mom.
Like my mom's on the phone call. Yes, I'm here. And I'm like, sorry, I'm getting another call from my mom. She's like, what? Bye.
Same way when you're like on my way, but it's like is putting your socks on.
Oh, dude, I'd say on my way as I'm still in bed thinking about being on my way. I'm bad about that because I have the intention. It's the full drive to do it. Or when you're clearly like when you're like definitely not on another like dude, any time estimation where I'm like, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes out. It's like add another 10.
Dude, your time estimation is honestly like
it's
terrible.
The worst.
But I feel like if you put effort into it, I feel like you could be so good at actually estimating your time if you really wanted to.
I'm just not.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just it really is the worst because I will legit be like, oh yeah, I'm like down the road as I'm pulling out of my driveway.
Yeah.
And then you got to be like, oh, there was birds. There's birds that stopped me. I don't know what. There's birds. I've never dealt with it.
The train. All these excuses.
Yeah. You don't make excuses like that?
I feel like I'm not really like an excuse kind of person. I used to be, but I had a teacher in the 4th grade actually, Mrs. Wright. I don't know how I know her name still.
Yeah.
But she would be like, I don't like excuses. You'll never hear me give you guys an excuse, blah, blah, blah. You can give like some kind of reason, but in the end, you need to take responsibility, blah, blah.
You are kind of blunt as fuck.
I'm very blunt. And one day she pulls up and she was like, oh, sorry guys, I was running late, blah, 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 blah. So she gave some excuse. And then the whole class called her like, Miss Wright.
Like, I showed her.
Yeah, but I feel like for the most part, it's probably from like ROTC too. Just like
you were
not having an excuse because it's just not worth it, especially when you have like these like senior like Army people and stuff.
I just know how many times I've been like, yo, Andy, you want to go do this thing with me? And you're like, where most people definitely be like, no, I'm kind of busy tonight. Like, not even really a big lie. Like, just like I'm kind of busy. You just be like, no, dog, that doesn't sound fun.
That's definitely happened at least like 7 times.
Dude, it definitely has, and I can't get mad at you because I'm like, no, you're right. It almost, I kind of don't want to do it either, but I was hoping it's better if you come.
It's like, hey, you want to go do this? It's like, I'd rather not do that.
It's exactly how you say it too. I'd rather not do that. Wow.
But like you said,
answer.
though, it's fair. It's fair. You know what I mean?
It is fair, and I appreciate it because you're never going to be the person. I'll totally be a little nice. Like sometimes I'll definitely be like, that doesn't sound fun. I'm not doing that. But it's got to be like a pretty high degree. Like, hey, you want to like do roofing work with me in the hot sun for free? I'd be like, it doesn't sound fun. I'm probably not going to do that. Do you need it? How bad do you need it done?
My thought, whenever something like that comes up, I always think, would you do it for me? If the answer is 84% or higher, I'll probably do it.
Dude, I think we've talked about this, and I am such in agreement that, but I never thought of it that way, is like, I think I'm a great friend, even though all of what I've just said indicates me not being a great friend. Like, I feel like if you call me up at like 1 a.m. and you're like, hey, I'm stuck 3 hours away, my car broke down, my phone's about to run out of battery, here's my location, can you please help me?
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be like, all right, let me grab a coffee and I'll head out there. Like, I'll drive 3 hours, pick you up. I might complain a little bit, but you know, I don't even think I'd do that. I think I would just be like, hey man, sorry your night's been so rough. I think I'm
Yeah.
a really good friend. But
That's some good friend type stuff.
But I agree. If somebody called me up and I do think there's a healthy amount of like you have to understand the people that would do it back for you, and it's like put in a healthy amount of effort.
The big things are cool, but I'll tell you what, Alex, the small things are the big things.
Are they like getting here on time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that in this audiobook I'm listening to. He's like, the small things in relationships actually are the big things.
But those are facts.
And I was like, true.
I bet he's telling that to his wife. Listen, I know cheating's bad, but look, I do all the small things. And the small things.
I might have
the
messed
big
up on
things.
these 3 big giant things, but the
good
small
thing-
things,
good
doors
thing is-
open. I got you.
Yeah, good thing is the big things, they're the small things. She's like,
It's
listen,
just this terrible rationalization.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
man. Like you cheated with my sister. But the
Oh.
big things, remember this, are the small things. And don't sweat the small things.
Yeah.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
Oh,
AKA get here on time, bro.
Get here on time. I'll work on it. With
I
that
am
being
glad
said,
you would come and scoop me at a 3-hour out if I get trapped, though. I do appreciate that.
I would definitely scoop
I would
you.
probably do the same.
Nice.
I'm just
I
kidding.
love the probable. Like I'm not
I'm not
sold
gonna promise.
I'm not sold on this Alex guy yet.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. He doesn't wear shoes.
I don't wear shoes. Dude, you ride me all the time, but I don't wear shoes. Sorry. If I'm
Alright.
going out in public, I'll wear shoes. But if I'm like going from my house to your house, fuck shoes, dude.
This dude, I swear on everything I've ever stood for. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I didn't even know he didn't have shoes on. This dude pulls up.
I don't remember.
No
this.
shoes, no socks. You're wearing like basketball shorts and a tank top. And we ate some wings.
Sounds like me. Wait,
No shoes.
did I walk in?
Yeah, walked into Buffalo Wild
No,
Wings.
I didn't.
Yes, I swear you did.
It
I swear
sounds
you
like
did.
me, but I don't think I did
Dude,
that.
you definitely did.
No way.
Because I didn't even notice you weren't wearing shoes until we walked in the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Was it? It
You're
must have
walking
been.
on pavement.
It must have been an act. Well, I'll walk on pavement.
Dude, you
with
got some
shoes.
hobbit ass feet, like some
Dude.
strong calluses, I'm sure.
Here's the deal. I definitely, if I knew I didn't have shoes, I would never walk into a public place.
But you did. I was there, dog.
If I knew I didn't have shoes, but if I pull up wanting wings and I
You didn't
don't have
know.
shoes,
The wings over tunnel vision.
yeah, dude, wings are the best. That's actually part of why we became friends too, is because there's a wing stop by our campus, and we would just like, dude,
Dude,
tore up
it's not
some
even
Wing
like legal how good
Street.
those
Or not Wing
wings
Street,
are.
Wingstop,
Huh?
Wingstop, not Wing Street.
Wingstop, absolutely. You said Wingstop.
I think I said Wing Street.
When you edit, you'll see, bro.
All right.
Either way, man, when it comes to just basic hygiene, you would think you would just want shoes on when you're walking around.
Dude, I don't see how shoes dictate basic hygiene. I'm good with basic hygiene. I
I
brush
know- I know
my teeth.
we-
I brush my hair. Take showers.
I know we both love Lord of the Rings and from a young age,
Bro.
But you can't just be being
Bro.
a hobbit, dude.
Bro, what are you talking about? Listen, I will tell you this.
Tell
It
me,
is
bro.
totally okay, and this might be a super Florida thing. It is totally okay to go outside not wearing shoes. If you're going from like a house to another house, like let me ask you this. If you check the mail, you wearing your shoes?
Depends on the day.
So it's not an all the time thing.
So I'm not opposed to walking barefoot around sometimes. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm saying,
All
dude,
of a sudden,
you go into Buffalo Wild Wings
One
dude.
time.
dude. If I took
Dude.
you to Walmart with no shoes, you would walk in. I
if
swear you'd walk
If you
in.
asked me, maybe, yeah.
If I asked, dude, you go. Hold up, I gotta stop at Target real quick. You would stop, and you
Dude,
would just walk in.
It
dude.
depends how bad I needed it. If I needed it really bad, and here's the other thing, I live like 30 minutes away from you.
This conversation is not about walking to the mailbox. It's about walking in
It is
public
but here's
places.
the deal, dude. It's a lead up into that. We start for one.
Foot in the door. You walk to your mailbox barefoot?
Because how many times? Listen, I'll tell you this. I very, very rarely, like I don't even remember it, walking into like public places with no shoes. I definitely will leave my house, walk into my car, drive to your house, get out of my car, no shoes on the whole time, walk to your front door, go upstairs.
I'm literally convinced that you have more hours driving in your car without shoes than with shoes.
Dude, that's real accurate. You're hitting the nail a little too
I'm
close
like
to the
almost
head.
100% sure you have more hours.
Wow, I
barefoot
definitely,
driving.
if I'm already wearing shoes, I will take them off while I'm driving.
Why?
I don't know, man. It feels freer.
It feels freer. Is that a
It
word?
feels-
Freer?
Yeah, sure it is. I use it in a sentence.
It's a word now.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, I've definitely done that. I've definitely, like, I will literally, if I'm going somewhere with shoes on already, they feel kind of constricting, and I'm just like, I'll just take these bad boys off and put them back on when I get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoes suck, dude. And I'll tell you this, I love flip flops, but I had an ex girlfriend that hated flip flops, got rid of all my flip flops, and I haven't gotten new ones. I don't know why.
You just trauma.
Yeah. So maybe if I had flip flops, I think I would not have as much of a habit of that.
Yeah.
I think is it a Florida thing? But you're from Florida and you don't do it.
Well, I was born in Georgia, so I came here when I was like
What?
13 or something.
I did not know that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
This just shows you don't listen to me, dude.
This just shows you're a better friend than I am. All right, where was I born?
I don't freaking know, dude. Here?
I guess we're in the same. Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, like down the road.
Tried me, dude. Yeah, no, I was born in
lucky
Georgia.
Guess.
Huh?
Lucky guess that you could say here.
It was a good guess.
I think if we had a dude, you know, it'd be real fun. I don't know if we can do this at any point. Why do I have like more? Do I have more of a country accent than you do? Like slightly.
I used to have a country-ish accent just because I was in Georgia, but I feel like it's gone way less.
I feel like at this point I maybe have slightly more than you. I don't think I have one. I've been told I have one by certain people, but I think they're wrong.
I can like get into that. Like if I'm like visiting Georgia, visiting family, my accent will come back pretty quickly.
Every once in a while when I'm talking to somebody and I'll be like, no, it's just one of those, because I do have some real country people up in like Plant City, you know?
Yeah.
Get a little bit of twang.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, no. My Uncle Cliff. Super redneck, dude.
Wow.
He's awesome.
Where they just take like Scrabble letters and shake them up.
I've
got two F's, an I, and a C. What can we do with this? We can do Fickuf. That doesn't quite work. That sounds racist. Let's go Cliff. You know?
Yeah, no, he's like an auto mechanic, just the stereotypical country man. He used to have like all this property where he had like goats and shit. Dude, my childhood is like full of just like feeding goats and shit. That's cool as shit, though. It is kind of cool.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in high school one time that she lived next door to a kangaroo farm and wallabies.
Yeah.
And I definitely dated her for too long because I liked kangaroos. Which I don't know if that's bad or not, but hey.
Viewers, is this unethical?
I don't think it's unethical. She knew
you were there with kangaroos. She knew
that that's definitely a plus, you know? Like, hey, dude, you know how many girls I would have pulled in like middle school and high school if I was just like, yeah, I just have
got this baby tiger right here.
I've got baby tigers. No way. I would have pulled so many girls. Like, oh, you know, but too bad. I was gonna take you to see the baby tiger. That's cool. Not everyone's into baby tigers.
People with tigers,
dude. Chicks go nuts for tigers. I would go nuts for tigers if I was like 16 and some chick that I wasn't into said, "Yeah, I got baby tigers." I'd be like, "We're dating now." Straight up. That's it. That's the end of the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I would have been one of those. I definitely would have been one of those girls. That Doc Antle guy, where you got like the harem of women. Just
dude, when you keep watching, dude, he bought all of them a house.
What?
He has this giant property. All these women have their own house.
Listen, viewers, I will fuck anyone with a tiger if they'll buy me a house. Straight up.
Anyone?
Straight now. Yeah, sure. How big is the house? Don't need to know. It's all good. It's got a front door and a back door. I'll take it.
Back door.
It's got a front door, a back door, and a couple windows. I will take it. Do you want a tiger? Bet.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I can see myself. If he's into long hair, right?
Oh, jeez, dude. Well, I'm glad you like tigers and houses for terrible acts.
That's true, dude. Nothing but tigers and free houses. That is the episode title. It's done. Tigers and free houses.
So, what are you gonna do with your freedom this next week?
What freedom?
I mean, fair enough, dude.
Fair enough. We'll see you next week.